Track home builders achieve faster wiring through a combination of optimized labor, standardized designs, prefabricated components, efficient tooling, an assembly line approach, an experienced labor force, and stringent quality control. Let's delve into each of these factors. Firstly, optimized labor involves specialized crews with specific roles such as framers, electricians, and plumbers. Dedicated project managers coordinate tasks and schedules, ensuring smooth workflow and minimizing delays. Secondly, standardized designs contribute significantly to efficiency. Pre-engineered blueprints minimize customization and rework, while identical floor plans and layouts for multiple units streamline the wiring process. Thirdly, prefabs and modular components play a crucial role. Prefabricated walls, electrical panels, and other components are assembled off-site, reducing on-site assembly time and minimizing error potential. Fourthly, efficient tooling and equipment are essential. Specialized tools like wire staplers and nailers expedite the wiring process, while access to heavy machinery facilitates lifting and material handling. Fifthly, an assembly line approach is employed. Multiple crews work simultaneously on different phases of construction, reducing downtime and improving overall efficiency. Sixthly, an experienced labor force is key. Highly skilled workers with extensive experience in track home wiring contribute to faster and more accurate installations. Seventhly, quality control is paramount. Regular inspections and checkpoints minimize errors and ensure compliance with building codes. To improve wiring efficiency in your own projects, consider several strategies. 1. Consider subcontracting. Hire additional electricians for specific tasks like rough and/or finish wiring during peak periods. 2. Optimize scheduling. Coordinate with other trades to avoid overlaps or delays, ensuring a smooth workflow. 3. Improve communication. Establish clear communication channels to prevent errors and streamline decision-making among team members. 4. Invest in training. Provide ongoing training to improve the skills and knowledge of your electricians, keeping them up to date with the latest techniques and technologies. 5. Use technology. Utilize software and tools for scheduling, material management, and tracking progress, enhancing overall project control. Additionally, consider lean construction principles. Implement techniques like just-in-time delivery and continuous improvement to minimize waste and optimize productivity. By adopting these strategies, you can significantly improve your wiring efficiency and meet tight deadlines. A deeper look into each factor reveals further details. For optimized labor, consider implementing daily huddles to coordinate tasks, address potential roadblocks, and ensure everyone is on the same page. Project managers should utilize project management software to track progress, manage resources, and identify potential delays early on. Standardized designs benefit from the use of CAD software to create detailed blueprints and ensure accuracy. Implement a design review process to catch errors before construction begins, reducing costly rework. Prefabs and modular components can be sourced from reputable suppliers who adhere to strict quality control standards. Ensure that all components are properly labeled and organized for easy identification and installation on-site. Efficient tooling and equipment should be regularly maintained and inspected to ensure optimal performance. Invest in ergonomic tools to reduce worker fatigue and improve productivity. An assembly line approach requires careful planning and coordination. Break down the wiring process into distinct tasks and assign specific crews to each task. Use checklists to ensure that each task is completed correctly before moving on to the next phase. Experienced labor can be fostered through apprenticeship programs and ongoing training. Encourage electricians to pursue certifications and stay up to date with industry best practices. Quality control should involve regular inspections at various stages of the wiring process. Implement a system for tracking and documenting any errors or deficiencies, and take corrective action promptly. When considering subcontracting, carefully vet potential subcontractors to ensure they have the necessary skills and experience. Clearly define the scope of work and expectations to avoid misunderstandings. Optimizing scheduling requires close coordination with other trades. Use a master schedule to track all activities and identify potential conflicts. Hold regular meetings with all stakeholders to address any issues and ensure everyone is on the same page. Improving communication involves establishing clear channels for communication, such as email, phone, and instant messaging. Encourage open communication and feedback among team members. Investing in training should include both on-the-job training and formal classroom instruction. Provide electricians with opportunities to learn new skills and technologies. Utilizing technology can streamline many aspects of the wiring process. Use software to create accurate estimates, manage materials, and track progress. Consider using mobile apps to collect data in the field and communicate with the office. Implementing lean construction principles can help to minimize waste and improve productivity. Use techniques such as value stream mapping to identify areas where waste can be reduced. Implement a system for continuous improvement to identify and address any inefficiencies in the wiring process. In addition to these specific strategies, consider the following general tips for improving wiring efficiency. Plan ahead. Take the time to plan the wiring layout carefully before starting any work. This will help to avoid errors and delays. Use high-quality materials. Investing in high-quality materials will ensure that the wiring is durable and reliable. Work safely. Always follow safety precautions when working with electricity. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment and use caution when working with live wires. Keep the job site clean and organized. A clean and organized job site will make it easier to find the materials and tools you need. Take breaks. Working for long periods of time without breaks can lead to fatigue and errors. Take regular breaks to rest and recharge. Learn from your mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes from time to time. The important thing is to learn from your mistakes and avoid making them again in the future. Stay up to date with the latest technologies and techniques. The electrical industry is constantly evolving, so it's important to stay up to date with the latest technologies and techniques. Join a professional organization. Joining a professional organization can provide you with opportunities to network with other electricians, learn about new technologies, and stay up to date with industry best practices. Consider using pre-wired solutions where possible, such as pre-wired lighting fixtures or electrical boxes. This can save time and effort on the job site. Utilize color-coded wiring to help identify different circuits and reduce the risk of errors. Implement a system for labeling all wires and cables to ensure accurate identification and prevent confusion. Consider using a wire management system to keep wires organized and prevent them from becoming tangled or damaged. Use a cable tester to verify the integrity of all wiring connections and ensure proper functionality. Implement a system for documenting all wiring installations, including detailed diagrams and specifications. This will be helpful for future maintenance and troubleshooting. Consider using a drone to inspect wiring installations in hard-to-reach areas. Drones can provide a safe and efficient way to identify potential problems. Stay informed about changes to building codes and regulations. It is important to comply with all applicable codes and regulations. Attend industry trade shows and conferences to learn about new products and technologies. Trade shows and conferences are a great way to stay up to date with the latest trends in the electrical industry. Read industry publications and websites to stay informed about new developments. There are many excellent publications and websites that provide valuable information for electricians. Network with other electricians and share best practices. Learning from others is a great way to improve your own skills and knowledge. Consider becoming a certified electrician. Certification can demonstrate your expertise and commitment to quality. Look for opportunities to mentor younger electricians. Mentoring is a great way to give back to the profession and help the next generation of electricians succeed. Participate in continuing education courses to maintain your certification and stay up to date with the latest technologies. Continuing education is essential for maintaining your skills and knowledge throughout your career. Remember that safety is always the top priority when working with electricity. Always follow safety precautions and use caution when working with live wires. Use appropriate personal protective equipment such as gloves, safety glasses, and a hard hat. Never work alone when working with electricity. Have someone nearby who can help in case of an emergency. Disconnect power before working on any electrical equipment. Always double check to make sure the power is off before starting any work. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off. Be aware of your surroundings and watch out for potential hazards. Keep the job site clean and organized to prevent accidents. Report any unsafe conditions to your supervisor immediately. Take breaks when you are feeling tired or stressed. Working when you are tired or stressed can increase your risk of making mistakes. Know your limits and don't try to do too much. If you are not comfortable performing a particular task, ask for help. By following these tips, you can improve your wiring efficiency, reduce the risk of errors, and ensure a safe working environment. Remember that continuous improvement is key. Always look for ways to improve your skills and knowledge and to make the wiring process more efficient. With dedication and hard work, you can become a highly skilled and efficient electrician. In the United States, electrical wiring must adhere to the National Electrical Code, or NEC. The NEC provides comprehensive standards for safe electrical installations. Let's look at some considerations for conductors in cables. For conductors, the NEC specifies ampacity ratings based on conductor size and insulation type. For example, a 12 American wire gauge, or AUG, copper conductor with THHN insulation typically has an ampacity of 20 amps at 75 degrees Celsius. It is important to consult NEC Table 310.15b16 to determine the appropriate ampacity for a given conductor. When rating conductors in accordance with NEC 310.15c, factors such as ambient temperature and the number of current-carrying conductors in a raceway must be considered. For example, if there are more than 3 current-carrying conductors in a raceway, the ampacity of each conductor must be derated. Cable types commonly used in residential wiring include non-metallic sheet cable, or NM cable, also known as Romex, and underground feeder, or UF cable. NM cable is typically used for interior wiring in dry locations, while UF cable is suitable for direct burial in wet locations. The NEC specifies requirements for cable support, such as securing NM cable every 4.5 feet and within 12 inches of electrical boxes. When running cables through bored holes in wood framing members, NEC 300.4d requires that the cables be protected from nails or screws by installing steel plates. Receptacles and switches must be properly grounded in accordance with NEC 250. For example, a 15 amp 125 volt receptacle must be grounded using a grounding conductor that is sized according to NEC Table 250.122. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are required in certain locations, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas, to protect against electrical shock. The NEC specifies the requirements for overcurrent protection, such as circuit breakers and fuses, to protect against overload and short circuits. The size of the overcurrent protection device must be matched to the ampacity of the circuit conductors. For example, a 15 amp circuit should be protected by a 15 amp circuit breaker or fuse. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or FSIs, are required in certain locations, such as bedrooms, to protect against fires caused by arc faults. The NEC specifies requirements for wiring methods such as conduit and cable trays to provide physical protection for conductors. The type of wiring method used depends on the application and the environment. For example, rigid metal conduit, or RMC, may be required in locations where conductors are subject to physical damage. The NEC provides requirements for box fill, which refers to the maximum number of conductors and devices that can be installed in an electrical box. NEC 314.16 specifies the box fill calculations based on the size of the box and the size of the conductors. The NEC requires that all electrical connections be made in approved enclosures, such as electrical boxes or junction boxes. Connections must be made using approved methods, such as wire connectors or soldering. The NEC specifies requirements for equipment grounding, which is the connection of non-current carrying metal parts of electrical equipment to ground. Equipment grounding helps to protect against electrical shock and minimize the risk of fire. The NEC requires that all electrical work be performed by qualified individuals who are familiar with the code requirements. It is important to obtain the necessary permits and inspections to ensure that the electrical work is performed safely and in accordance with the code. Staying up to date with the latest edition of the NEC is essential for all electricians. The NEC is revised every 3 years, so it is important to have the most current version. Consider attending NEC training courses to learn about the latest code changes.